It is I, Herbert, the master of the gluesman Erpaderp. Hi, how you doing, Trekan? I hope you are well. I am running over things with my chair, but it's okay. Clearing space for my arm. I have to glue bits onto here that I almost missed, but noticed while perusing the instructions before I started. Try to survive. I'm also trying to survive. So far, I've been successful. We need F13 and 14. What's the difference? One's got 2 holes in it. F14 is for the other side of the hole. Put it over there. I don't know why this one has holes in it instead of rivet detail, but whatever. Doesn't even have pictures of the holes in the picture. Are they an error? It does say we need to trim this bit off, though. If one part got 2 holes in it, the holes are the difference. Very astute. Do I show the removal of the nubbin in the video? I should. I should. And I will. Snipped. I barely removed any material. Acceleration holes, that's what they are. It makes the BT7 hole go faster for sick jumps. They're only needed on the right-hand side of the hole. Very sensible music. I will assume, because those nubbins are interference nubbins now, that those need to be trimmed off. And it probably said something about that in the instructions earlier. Did I misinterpret that? Oh, I just ignored it because there was some that were to be removed when depicting marking option C. Oh, that's not going to be a difficult thing to do at all. I've removed nubbins before. Magic and mayhem. One more than the other. Some more mayhem around here. Put a little slice in that edge there. That's just battle damage now. And now we unleash the glue! I guess it's for different variants, which is why that's not molded into the whole part. Because otherwise, I would say, why not just have that molded into the hull part? There is a lot of mayhem on my screen, but in the end it is always a tank, or a truck, or an armored car, or a plane, or a boat! Very rarely a boat. Yeah, it'll hold a little SOB. Now, there is, the side, what do you call them? What do you call them being the technical term? Now, there's another one, obviously, with its own, I assume, drilling instructions. This one shouldn't need any cleanup. Nifty. I love it when that happens. But the other one probably has its own drilling points. This one has several, but only if you want, you've got to make a decision. You had to have made a decision earlier, A, B, and C, and I've chosen A or B. Which means we want this hole and this hole. Probably. Technical term, no poo-poo on my tank skirts. That is a technical term. Too technical. Confuse people. And then the one further from the rear. I assume it's perfectly fine to just glue that on. But I'll consult the instructions. I would never disobey the instructions. That's just gonna slip off the desk and onto the floor, and that will be annoying. That worked very well, if I do say so myself. Early guns had a fuse. If the guns were used by prisoners, did they become confuse? Damn it, Trekan. Yes, they did. I believe that is step 15 completed. But beliefs don't mean shit unless you confirm them with facts from the fact book, which is the Tamir instructions. That's the fact book. It looks like maybe the other side doesn't need any drilling. There are no drilling instructions here. The picture seems to have... There's no little things on the bottom. The picture seems to have holes in it, though. I'm sure it's fine and we don't need to worry about it. The fact book would not lie to us. Neither deliberately or by omission. Probably don't need to video installing this one. There's no drilling, so nobody's going to care because the excitement of drilling holes isn't there. So that's lifted up a bit. I'll hold that for a moment or two. I guess the real tank didn't have that much holes because in the former Soviet Union, they only had enough drilling machines for one side of the tank. And they were too stupid to think about turning it around and drilling with the one machine on the other side. No, comrade! This is a left side drilling machine. That's looking okay. Very but 7 hull-esque. Now what am I missing? We got front hatch, which there is some interior detail for, but I do not wish to install it because I'm modeling it closed. That's a B sprue. There are 2 A sprues though, so it seems like we get 2 hatches. Just in case you cock it up. The Gulag is full of men using left side drilling machines on the right side. Watch out. Hey, the West I can't read. The West Slovakian BT42 is a fun tank. It gets all the BT7 jumping with some of the KV2 derping. Okay, these are all I need for the hatch. There's another 3 parts that go on the inside of the vision thingy. And we'll need the B sprue, which is none of these. Because there's also doodattery on the engine deck. Also a box from an S sprue. Oh yeah, that's a fully assembled box. Neato. And by fully assembled, I mean it's not a complete box, but it's complete enough. There's handles that go on top of that. Get these on and then I'll worry about the engine deck bit. Strictly speaking, it was an assault gun, not a tank, but who cares? It's not like I'm a pedant or anything. Oh no, not me. Yeah, I can imagine some of the more tedious commenters when the video goes up will get all angry about me not calling it an assault gun. And their comments will go to the void after I've had my sensible chuckle. Nobbins! Okay, that goes up this way, I believe. Should just plop on here. Doesn't actually make a plopping sound, which is disappointing. It does just plop right into place. Fantastic! I'll clean these up too. I wonder if a spare driver's hatch is a piece of equipment a tank might carry. Just glue a couple of extra ones on. Because they're on the sprue, I might as well use them. I paid for them. My cutting mat is warped on this corner because I've been putting hot plates on it. So now I can roll my knife down there. And the question is, will this go into place easily, or is it going to fall in? And is there an order in which it should go? Looks like it's incredibly simple, believe it or not. Looks like the bottom one should go on first, though. Your rolling knife doesn't look like warp speed. I didn't say warp speed. It's caused by a warp in the fabric of cutting mat. Easy as you like. Especially if you like it very easy. I almost forgot about this. There you go. Praise the glue god. Hold that for a moment. Bee sprues. There's more than one bee sprue, probably. Well, actually, the bee sprue was one sprue. It's been snapped in the middle. Because of reasons. That, and these, whatever they are. Excuse me. Cannot tell. Actually, I can tell because they've got a nubbin on one side that goes toward the rear. You don't want to have your rear-facing nubbins facing forward, otherwise gulag. What was this song? Gunshot sounds? Weapons of war. Very American. The song smells like gunpowder. They went for that authenticity. Now, how does this work? These don't have anything to do with this. That's how it works. It just looks like they do in the instructions because of the angle. This goes on here somewheres. Does it have a front? Yes, that goes rear. And then we have doovers that go here with these convenient little square raised bits. Like a glove, as the kids say. Looks like it's sitting up a bit higher than it should. Maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe it's just the way it is. Looks yummy. Don't eat my model. It's not yummy. It tastes like soot and poo. I believe I'm incorrect in my belief because I didn't put the little handles on, which I can find on the Q sprue. Is this the Q sprue? No. That would be too convenient. Q sprues are attached to the D sprue. Didn't lose it. It's just a little hard to see against the black cutting mat. Now to try and remove the nubbins without either cutting myself or losing the bit. Neat enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. The model part goblin, you mean the carpet monster? It goes by many names. Okay, where are my tweezers? Right there. Right where you left them. This is definitely a tweezer job. And the trick is not to grip too tightly, otherwise the rounded shape will result in the part flying away. There we go. Close enough to good enough for Soviet work. Probably put a bit more glue just in case. Okay. That's probably step 16 completed. Unless there's something old blind Herbert has missed. Perish the thought. Excuse me. This bit is in the next step. Spare track links are also in the next step. And some other doodadery. There's some tools. I think that should go on before the tools. And the spare track links are on this sprue, so I'll get them. Hung. Get out of here, Nobbins. Perfect. The game "Oh, That's My Leg." I am unfamiliar, but it was a Miracle of Sound song, so it could have came from some sort of game. There's barely any pins on this, but they're meant to go into the holes I drilled, and they do. Good. Everything's coming up Millhouse. By which I mean Herbert. More glue is definitely going to help that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. These have tiny bits of keying too. Do they have a specific side they go on? They must do. Easy. That was possibly too much glue, but it'll be fine. Midnight, eh? I've heard of bed. I've heard of sleeping in bed. I've never done them. Thank you for dropping by, Jeff Dave. I hope you sleep well. The glue god always forgives the too much glue sinners. That's because it's not a sin. There's a couple of... Because I forgot to drill the holes in the top of these things. There's a couple of little clips for the towing cable that need to be glued on that I'm going to have to eyeball. Looks like I can just use the pictures as a reference. Doesn't really matter, I suppose, because the cable isn't a fixed length. I have to cut that myself. So I just cut it a little bit shorter or longer. It's not a sin, but that's how religion works. You have to tell people it's a sin, although it gives the gods a good chuckle. Ah, yes. We must control people with lies. You can't tell what I'm running over with my chair there. Q? Would have sworn I just had the Q sprue. And I did. Oh, it's tinier than I thought. That's what she said. And because I've made the mistake of not drilling the holes, I must cut the nubbins off the bottom of them. I'm just trying to use my brain. That's why there's a horrible smell here. I need to install the shovels and some sort of chunk. Well, they're not shovels. It's probably a gun cleaning kit. But the C version has a box on the side. Presumably because the gun cleaning kit is on the rear for that variant. There is a tail lamp or something that goes on as well. Snip. We just nip the tip. Your chair is rolling over the petrified tears shed by all the crew figures you did not build. Sucks to be them. Also, I don't know how tears petrify. Don't they just evaporate? Okay, it looks like this should sit just behind the handle. Sort of that way. And I can't quite tell how centered on that part it goes. Quite close to the edge, it would seem, if not right on the edge. As soon as I touch the tip of the brush, it'll move. Not much, but enough to be wrong. Wrong and bad. And the trick is to get the other one in almost exactly the same spot. Like that. Exactly right there. It's basically perfect. It isn't, but it's close enough. I don't think that kits are too complicated and expensive. Expensive, yeah. But there's so many different kits out there that you'd have to be stupid to think they're all the same. So, like, there's plenty out there for people who are beginners. There's plenty out there for people who want really complicated kits. People want kits with lots of detail. They shouldn't be told no because it's not suitable for beginners or whatever. F-sprue. F4 farts. $47. I have found it. I can't tell if these are little nubbins that go into a hole. I don't think they are. Maybe they're just to hold it off the deck. say that's what the case is, probably. Because if there was meant to be holes, I'd have drilled them, surely. Actually, no, I've discovered what it is. The round bits lock into the top of that. Does that mean... That means I'm looking at it wrong. It doesn't sit on the flat bit, it sits on the side of the hull. And that's not because I'm stupid, though I am. It's because the perspective of the instructions is a bit wonky for this. Tell you what, this feels like it's going to break. Just don't break it, Herbert. Simple. The way to do this is going to be... Actually, now I discovered why those two holes are in that plate on the side there. It's for this. For belching. I think the way to do this is glue these together and then stick them on. Yes, that ought to do nicely. It's only going to do nicely if it's in focus. I am Herbert and I'm drilling a hole. Drilly hole. Drilly hole. I am Herbert. I'm not currently drilling a hole though. Diggy hole. Tell you what, I've been playing Out of Ore And I've been digging a hole there. For sure. I wish I could stream the game. There's a nice little cover for these doobie Watsits. That's what you want. That seems pretty decadent for a couple of bars. That's not the Soviet way. I guess it's a Finnish modified vehicle, so maybe that's the Finnish way. Surely the Finns are more decadent than the Soviets. A sprue. That's not them. There is a tail light I almost missed. A 4. And with that being held onto the fret or frame sprue from the bottom, means I don't need to clean anything up, probably. Would have been a lot easier to install before this bit went on. Because this is the type of item that's difficult to hold in tweezers because of how round it is. Actually, it's less round at the back. I'll risk it. There's some sort of biscuit. Also, there's 2 A sprues, so there's a second one. If it does go flying, it's not a problem. Once. Fantastic. What have I missed? Headlamps for the front come next. Ooh, shine werfer. They worth shine. There's still photo etch on that fret too. Where does that come in? Well, I found 1 bit. 2 bits. There for the turret. Probably not going to be an issue today. Because, still got a lot to do before we get to the turret. Okay, we don't want the headlamps from the A sprue, we want them from the S sprue and the Q sprue. Sounds like something menacing is happening. Easy does it. You gotta keep the round shape on this piece, while also destroying the nubbin. I do very much appreciate the Tamiya neatness in this kit. Other than sprue nubbins, I've barely had to clean anything up. Having said that, there's a tiny bit of flash on the bottom of this piece here. Almost imperceptible. Except to those like me with super eagle vision or something. Now I tell you how to recognize a shitty month. You are looking for the remote control for your Blu-ray player, cannot find it, and in the end you say, fuck you, I buy a new remote control. And then when the new remote controls, you find it, right? I can't say I've ever had that, mostly because I don't have a Blu-ray player. Okay, these are keyed because there's a little visor at the top of the slot. Easy. Easy as pie. I want pie. don't fall out of my fingers. Perhaps I should add a touch more glue. I'm not such an idiot. Now that I have the new remote control, I don't look for the old one anymore. That's fair. What I mean is it'll just show up when you're not actually looking for it. That's even more annoying. It's like, oh, I've given up on you, but look, you're back! Now you can go away. You've been replaced. I did actually lose the remote control for my old air conditioner, but it failed like a month later, so it stopped being a problem. I'm going to assume these are identical. That assumption is incorrect. You can see the brackets are different. That shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. We've got those and some other hook-looking doovers. The lights go into that slot. It's off camera, so you can't see it. Oh, look, a spam bot. Be gone, you perilous scum. The angle at which these are shown in the instructions makes it hard to tell which one goes on which side. Just look at the different picture. Easy. I think the other bit will be easier to put on before the headlamps. So that's what I'm going to do. Now on the A sprues, which I put back in the box. Or did I? We only need one of the A sprues because there's apparently two different parts. And they're both on both sprues. Maybe there's rear ones. It goes on that side. It goes on the other. PZ. There's some interesting choices, I guess, on these sprues. Like, A lot of the things on the A sprue are doubles, where there's only one of each used. Maybe it's different for the BT7 that the kit's based on. Maybe it would be interesting to build that BT7 and do a comparison. Now make sure you're not missing anything. This might be a tweezer job. This might be too hard to pick up with tweezer job. It's too rounded to get a good grip on it. Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure this is the correct lamp for this side. It does, I think, make contact with the hole there. Whether it should or not is a different question. A little bit of extra glue is probably not going to hurt. It shouldn't get knocked off there to begin with, but you never know. And we do basically the same for the other side. Got my fingers in there. Not with the part at the right angle. Neat. Neato. Been so productive. We've gone from step 15 to 18. Ooh, that means so much. Now what? Comprehending instructions is difficult. En bringen de woorden Schutzblech. Schutzblech? Worst viewers on the internet. Send Trakan Belovic all your money and you get nothing every month. Every month? You can't keep up with that, surely. Well, not such a deal like that. Send all of your money to Trakan Belovic via Herbert Erpaderp, and you will be blessed, my child, by the glue god. Okay, we need this. I can tell by looking at the bits. And only this, I think. Okay, there's these thin bits that go on the inside of one of the fenders. Both, actually, but they're different. That ought to be simple enough. I can glue 3 bits of plastic together. And make sure I don't trim what looks to be the mounting pins off. And only the nubbin. Yep. Good. Good. We don't actually need to trim that nubbin back, but I am. Such is my hatred of nubbins. How is this going to go together? It probably makes more sense when it's on the hull. Hey, Fat Cat Tubby Bottom, I am having a glue-tastic day. I always have a glue-tastic day when the glue god is, existing. I think it goes like that. That makes some sense. There's a tab in there to help with it. So the question is, Do I try to put these together before sticking it to the hull or after? And how much difference does it make? But first, we've got to glue this in. Surely this could have been molded into the part. Can't actually see the guide pin. I did not tell you to open Twitch. Telephone. I guess the shape of that, it probably couldn't have really been molded into the part, now that I think about it. How does one connect this to the hull? Maybe it does need to be glued together first, because that sits on there like that. There's not really anything to hold that in there. It has begun. The phones are taking over the world by opening Twitch on every smartphone and showing some "I am only sleeping" content. I don't get that. Unless it's part of somebody's subathon. Why do you want to watch someone sleep or be watched sleeping? It feels creepy. I think the glue evaporated, Herbert. Just assume that's sitting together at the right angle. looks close enough. Therefore it is. Never seen that on Twitch. It's a thing. It is. I don't know how common it really is. But, I've seen people talk about it. I've never actually watched a sleeping stream, unless you count someone doing a subathon and them being asleep. Because the point of a subathon is to be online for 24 hours, and you can't stay awake for 24 hours a day. Unless you want to be really, really unhealthy. Though nowadays, people just... The modern subathon is just, I'll do my regularly scheduled hours and demand people give me subs that they wouldn't normally, or whatever. Not many people do interesting subathons anymore. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I'll just leave the other one off, though. People just throwing money at him. I haven't been using Twitter lately, but every time I do go on there, it basically shows me either American politics or, streamer Kai Cenat or something. And I don't understand the appeal based on the clips, but apparently he has the most subscribers in the world or something. It just seems like a bunch of people sitting around yelling. Not my thing. Anyway, speaking of yelling, I need to go out and I need to do some shopping. And that will allow me to eat food, which I really enjoy. So, I'm going to pack up. I'm going to go do that. And I'll be back tomorrow night for the Nooble Werble Furfler, because that's what we do on Wednesdays now. I'll probably finish this one next week. That's kind of cool. Nothing else to say or announce. I think I'll do a small raid if there's anybody I would like to raid on. Doot, 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 doot. Oh, Shay Roz is on. Let's go say hi to Shay. She is an art streamer, usually. I don't know if she's currently doing art. That's where we're going. If I can sort my shit out. And, click the correct buttons. Click start raid. I'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. Say hi to Shay. And treat yourself to a nice, delicious bowl of ice cream. Farewell!